We should grab. Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Starr. I get to introduce our amazing host tonight and trainer. I am so excited about it. First up, hopefully, you've got your notebook ready. I've got mine right here. In fact, this trainer recommended this notebook to me, and I'm loving it. Very, very excited to have the wonderful Melissa Patton with us tonight. I have been with Young Living 26 years as a brand partner, and there's very few people that that I can say I absolutely love what they all around are an amazing, amazing trainer and just give so much to both Young Living corporate as a uh, just pours in and pours in and pours in. So, for those of you who don't know who Melissa Patton is, Melissa is the reason that we have so much in the reset. And for those of you who are part of the Power of Five as well, Melissa is the backbone to that. Tammy is the strategist and the marketing director and did all the things, and Melissa is her co-partner in crime. But Melissa, I recently learned, we got to spend quite a bit of time together and learn about her. Melissa is truly just such a gift to Young Living, but also as a friend. And I am so glad that I can call her as a friend as well. She is a business consultant, and there was about, what, 12 of us, Janie, that got to sit around. And I know Becky participated virtually. And we got to sit at her feet and learn from her. And what you're about to learn tonight, the tricks and the things that she's going to teach us tonight are phenomenal. I want you to sit and be prepared like you just paid $300 for this 1 hour, because that's truly the gift that you got. And we want to thank Tammy for hosting her tonight, for her really foresight of seeing what we needed this time of year. And Melissa is going to give that to us. So pay attention, grab your notebooks, and please welcome the amazing Melissa Patton. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel like I need to bow. Like that was beautiful. Thank you very much. I am very excited. Before I get started, I just wanted you guys to know, especially some of you that are new, Tammy is not here tonight. Normally, she's always here. She's always everywhere. She's always present. But tonight, she is actually at a training to pour into her, so that way she can pour more into all of you. So that is why she is absent tonight, and I'm gonna help you guys. The notebook, let me just say this real quick. The notebook that Mary's talking about, I'm pretty sure. Are you talking about the meeting notes? Oh my gosh, this notebook, guys, so simple. I will put it in Power of Five. I want to warn you ahead of time. I speak very quickly. And the reason why is I want you to get as much as possible that you can get in 1 hour. But please understand that this recording that you are going to have tonight is going to be in your Power of Five vault. So don't feel like you're going, oh my gosh, Melissa, this is too much. You're going in 100 different directions. I can't keep up. It'll be in a recording and you can slow me down. You can pause me. You can go and go through different things, because a lot of things that I'm going to teach you guys tonight are more in depth. Like you need to know how to do it, or maybe you need to set your Facebook account a certain way in order to do that. So don't feel like when you're getting all this information thrown at you tonight that you have to remember and concentrate and process it and things like that. And I'm actually going to pin this so that way you guys can see this. Okay, so this is the notebook that Mary's talking about. It is called Make Meetings Work. You can go on Amazon. I'll put the link to it in the recording for this. But basically, it just writes down this basic information. But it is such a gift because all my meetings are here, and I can flip back and go to it. It's just really nice to have things organized. And I've had to go back to it, which was super helpful. Okay. So tonight, what we're talking about, I know that right now we're in a season that feels very maybe chaotic. You've got a lot of different events, different directions. You've got family and friends situations that you're going to. You're being pulled in a bunch of different directions. And for a lot of us, that feels like normal every month thing, especially if you have a day job that you work different hours and you're trying to do this business at the same time. So there are some things that I have done and I have figured out and I have kind of mastered over the last few years because my story, and I'm not going to go into a lot of that, but my personal story is there's a lot of things that could potentially hold me back from being successful in my business. There's a lot of things that if I were to allow it, would allow me to be distracted and not actually show up for my business. And if you are Facebook friends with me, people think, oh my gosh, Melissa, you are always online. I am not online. That's a secret. I'm not online. Mary jokes now. She's like, listen, good luck at your event if you're really at an event, because now she knows all my tricks. So I basically data bank. I pull posts aside and I pull things aside to post later on to make it seem like I am very present online when actually I'm in the garden or I'm sitting with my chickens or I'm with my family and I'm helping my daughter in her businesses, things like that. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about though, before we even go into all my tips and tricks, is I want to make sure that you all have the Attractwell app. Do you all have that? Let me actually remove my pin so I can see. Does everybody have the Attractwell app? Okay, the reason why I want to say that is because Attractwell is where we hold the 14-day reset, but we also hold Power 5 there. So if you are not on the Attractwell app, then you're not seeing the posts that say, hey, don't forget about the call tonight. Don't forget about this. And, bring a notebook. You're not getting the reminder. So if you do not have Attractwell, please download that. The login information is your login information that you logged in with Power 5 that you enrolled with. And what you're going to notice is if you use that email for, say, the 14-day reset, or maybe another coach or another program, it'll all be in that one Attractwell app, which is really, really convenient. So just make sure that you have that. Okay. So some of the things we're going to go over tonight, and you guys are going to see some of this maybe repeated based on where you're seeing me talk, but we're going to go over some really cool things tonight. The first one, who knows on this call that you can schedule posts on Facebook, your personal Facebook account? Okay. If you are not scheduling your Facebook posts, then you are losing out because guys, it only takes, I have this, I'm not going to dig in my drawer, but you can use any timer. Use a timer. The timer, I know this sounds crazy, but I have a little cube timer that I flip over and it sets it for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Guys, a timer switches your mindset and you accomplish so much when you use a timer. So take a timer and then you take that and then you flip it to say 10 minutes. And for 10 minutes straight, you are going to power through scheduling posts. What that means is you are going to schedule them in groups that you are allowed to schedule in, that you have the authority to schedule in. You can go on your Facebook page. If you are on your personal Facebook page and you are not set as a creator, that is how you can schedule posts. If you do not have that option to schedule posts, you have to flip your account to a creator. So if you say, Melissa, I went on there, I don't see it at all, that option, that's the problem. And normally when you switch to a creator mode, and if you can just Google how to do that, just say, how do I switch my account from a personal page to a creator mode? And it'll tell you all the steps word for word. And then you switch it to that, and then you'll have a little option that pops up that says schedule later. That is gold. So you're scheduling your Facebook posts. There's also Meta. So if you don't have Meta Business Suite, that's what it's called, download that. The Meta Business Suite, you can post on Facebook and Instagram, both of them. You can post posts. You can post, what are they called? Carousels. You can post stories. You can post things through Meta Business Suite that you can schedule out for 30 days in advance. And then when you see it, when you back up, it shows it to you as a calendar form. And you can go, okay, it looks like I've got some gaps here. I need to post something there. And it's also a good program to take a look at to kind of do an analysis of how you are showing up. So download Meta Business Suite and then go back a month. And when you sit back and you look and you're going, oh my goodness, for 1 week, I was posting every single day. And then I went dark for a whole week. There's nothing in there. It is free. Meta Business Suite is just the scheduling software that Meta uses, and it links Facebook and Instagram together. And you do have to like go in there and do some configuring to get it to link them together, but it does work for that. And a if you have a Instagram that is like a business page, you also can link that professional business page to your business page on Facebook, and they both cross over as well. So personal to personal, business to business is what you can do. So for me, my personal melissa.a.patton on Instagram will go to my personal Facebook page. They cross over. But my oils and prayer, my business page on Instagram, goes to my apothecary page over on Facebook. So they both cross at the same time. So you're doing half of the work and showing up in two different places. And when you are in Meta Business Suite scheduling to Instagram, there's a little button that says, do you want the same message to go to both places? I put the message there one time, then I unclick that button so it separates them. And then I go to Instagram and just add hashtags to that one. So Facebook, you add website links to things there. On Instagram is hashtags. So you just unclick that button, it keeps your caption the same, and you just add those hashtags. Super simple. So scheduling emails. If you schedule emails out, this is a good time of the year because you are not going to be in the mindset, or you shouldn't be in the mindset to have to be a present all the time. Sherry, can you do it on a laptop or phone? Meta Business Suite is on both. I find it easier to use on the computer, but some people only have tablets or phone. It's pretty simple to use in both directions. It's just more, you can see more of the outline of the calendar when you're on your computer, which is helpful. Scheduling your emails. Sit down and write your emails out and schedule them for later on. Even if it's not, let's just say right now, you might have a sale going or some special going, and you don't know that that's coming, but you can at least have some piece of content going out. So in Power of Five, you might be working with small businesses. You might be working with fundraisers and nonprofits. You can schedule those messages to go out to those people in advance. If it's nothing but to say, I'm just thinking about you. Happy holidays. I hope you have a blessed holiday season. Or you can talk about the different seasons of the year. I hope you're staying warm around this time, just to keep that contact. So they are thinking, oh, Melissa's sitting there thinking about me, but really you're in the kitchen making a meal for your family when that email went out. My email just went out last night and I was at an event. I wasn't even sitting at my computer, but I scheduled it knowing that that's what I was going to be doing. Let's see. Let me check questions over here. Will email and project broadcast work? I am not familiar with that, Diana. I do believe they just added email, but I do not use it, so I'm not familiar with that. Okay, let's move on here. Scheduling text. Who here uses their regular telephone text to schedule text messages? That's my girl, Janie. Okay, Facebook, nope. Android and iPhone both have the option to schedule text now. So I personally have an Android, so I'm using an Android right now. And what that looks like for me is let's open up the spammer right here. I am texting something. I'm just saying hi. Okay. So it looks like this. See where I say hi and there's a little plus sign right beside it. Then I hit the plus sign and down at the bottom, it says schedule send right there. So you hit schedule send. It gives you some suggested time of day, or at the bottom, you can pick a date and time. How you can use this is, let's say, I'll use myself. My mother-in-law's birthday is in the middle of Christmas time. I always forget to text her. It is not intentional. I just don't even know what day of the week it is. And her birthday is like December 15th. So what I do is I schedule a text to her, and it looks like I was there that morning. Good morning, Mom. I hope you have a great day. Happy birthday. I love you. And I schedule it out. That is how we can stay very present with our customers. So let's say you enrolled someone today and they say, Melissa, next month is going to be crazy for me. Can you please remind me to change my order? I will immediately, once I am done with them, go in my phone and schedule that text out, because I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to remember all of her dates and my dates and all the things I need to do. So you can do that in both. Like I said, I have an Android, but if you just Google how to schedule a text on iPhone, it just got recently changed. I want to say it's called Send Later, I believe is what it's called. So that is in your text to be able to send later. You can do birthdays, you can do reminders of orders, you can do check-ins. If some you could text someone and say, I hope you got your order. Are you drinking your Ningxia every day? You can schedule out a text that says, I just tried this amazing mocktail today, and I thought that maybe you'd want this recipe. Here's this recipe. It feels very personal to get that text. And I know we have Project Broadcast, we have Get Oiling, those are all texting services, but this is in your basic phone, nothing extra to pay, nothing extra to pay another service to be able to do that. You can use your regular cell phone to do that. Okay, something else. Both iPhone and Android both have this. So again, you might have to Google to figure out where it is, but it's a text replacement or a text shortcut. And what that means is if you say something over and over again, let's just say rewards order. If you say something like, hey, friend, I just wanted to remind you to get your loyalty order changed. I know this is a busy season, whatever you're going to say to your person. And then you put that in there. What text shortcuts are is instead of typing that out every time or going to your notes section and copying and pasting that, you basically create that whole like paragraph or two sentences or whatever it is in your text shortcuts, and all you type is whatever you set. So for instance, I would type LR, and then when I type on my keyboard LR, your keyboard works everywhere, guys. It works in your text, it works in your messenger, it works on your captions, it works in emails. It's just your keyboard shortcut. So when I type on my phone LR, it's going to pop up and give me that whole thing that I just said, the entire message. So I want to say in mine, in an Android, it is called, and it's in your settings. I go to settings and then I go to keyboard text shortcuts. So I'm going to give you guys an example right now. So here's 3 that are set up on my phone. See how a ton of people ask me for allergies, a ton of people ask me for cats, and I have a hello one. So what that looks like, I'm going to use Mary. Okay, what that looks like in Mary's text is I'm going to type cats. That's all I typed. So you see I put the word cats, and see right in the middle there's those blue words right there. Now I'm going to touch that and it changed to that whole message. Just like that. So this is what you can use to save yourself a bunch of time. So if someone says, let's just say during the holiday season, they say, Melissa, what are some recipes that you like using oils? Yes, Android and iPhone both have this. Predicted text. That's exactly what is in iPhone. Yes. So when you are setting those up and say during a certain time of season, spring, everybody asks you about allergies. What do you do for allergies? What do you do for allergies? You can put that in there. If people say, question about Ningxia, let's put stevia in there. And they say, I can't have stevia. Can I have this? You can pre-write your response and then have it very quickly come back up so you don't have to retype these things over and over again. That's just a time saver. Boards is a very good app. If you use Boards is very similar to that. You would just open Boards up, you would go to your frequently asked questions or however you have it organized and very quickly respond with those. So if you set one up about LR, can you go back and change it every month? You mean a text scheduled? Is that what you mean?
No, if you set it up in the shortcuts, can you go back to the shortcuts? Now instead of saying Christmas, you want to say New Year's.
Yes.
So you could go back. So it's always going to be called LR, but you can go back in the settings and change it.
Yes. And I do suggest when you're doing your kickoff word, like I had cats, allergies, hello, try to do something that is not a common word that you use. So if something like hi If I say hi all the time, I wouldn't do a predictive text or a text shortcut that says hi, because what happens is when you type hi, it's going to automatically try to give you that big speech that says hi. But if you say something like NP for new person, so when I type NP, it's thank you so much for the follow. I look forward to getting to know you. How did you find my name on Instagram? That's a very quick response back. Or how did you find my account? Or what brought you to follow me? Something like that. But NP, I wouldn't be using NP commonly when I'm texting normally. So try to like make them a little different in order to do that. Okay. Schedule email, schedule Facebook post. And then, like I said, use a timer. There is something about our brains, guys. When you set a timer that says you have 20 minutes to do this, the amount of work you can get done in 20 minutes when you are watching that little timer over there go on your phone or sand drop or the cube tick or however it is beautiful. You accomplish so much. Okay, the next thing we're talking about is batch content. What that means is you're going to take your phone. This is for either, it's not just your social media path, but also just you showing up during a busy season of life. And batch content is gold. And that's what I was saying earlier, that Mary said, good luck on your event today if you're really at an event today, because she knows now that I save things for later on to post, because sometimes and I don't know, it might just be me, but sometimes I just don't want to build content today. I don't want to fill you in on my day today. Today, I might not have anything social media worthy to share today. But when you do batch content, you have a folder on your phone. You can create folders on your phone in your photos. Again, that's iPhone and Android. Everything I say tonight works on both. It just maybe looks a little bit different. So in your folders in your phone, you're going to have one that's going to be called ready to post or post later, whatever you'd like to call it. You're going to take your phone and go around your house, and I mean take any sorts of pictures you can think of. Don't put too much, don't overthink what I'm saying right now. Walk around, take a picture of my Awala. I love my Awala. That's something I could talk about. Take a picture of this nasal spray that I love so much. Take a picture of this roller bottle that I use, that I have so much. Take a picture, take a selfie. Take a picture of in my garden. Take a picture of the dog, and take those photos and put them in that post, in that folder. And then if you can write, and you can do this if you use Trello, if you use notes, things like that. You could use Google Docs. It would just be a little bit harder. But if you take that photo, write a caption that is already ready for it to go. So sit down again, set that timer, set yourself 10, 15, 20 minutes, and sit down and go, okay, I have a picture of, look, I have Celtic salt that sits on my table, on my desk. I'm going to take a picture of this little jar that says pinch, and I'm going to write just a little bit about feeling dehydrated today, grabbed a few granules of this, stuck it under my tongue, drank water, feels so much better. Do you guys know the benefits of Celtic salt? And that's all that I'm going to write in the caption. Later on, when I'm not feeling like being present, or maybe I'm busy doing something with my family or friends, I can go, oh, let me just go to that folder and I'll grab that salt post and put that up there. So it keeps you in front of people's faces. And if you are doing the steps in Power of Five, you know that you have to stay present. You have to stay sending those emails. You need to reach out to people. You need to follow up with the people that you followed up with. You need to keep in contact. So these are just very simple ways for you to say, I'm not feeling it today. I don't, especially if you have a good hair day. Guys, today is not my good hair day. But if you have a good hair day, take tons of pictures that day. Change your clothes. Put different pair of earrings on and change your shirt up. And then use those photos over a longer period of time. It doesn't have to be now. Now, when it comes to, I'm going to kind of blend the batch into my next topic. But when you're doing Diana, I'm not too sure about that. We'll have to look into that. So when you're doing that batch content with all those photos, you can take those photos and put them into ChatGPT. If you use ChatGPT, you can use them and put that in there and say, give me some content based on this photo. Now, I'm not talking about specifically Power of Five. I'm not talking about reset. I'm talking about just being present. I'm making a batch of oh, what's it called? Cranberry sauce. So I've got my cranberry sauce sitting on the stove. I take a picture of it, and I do, guys, if you don't put Ningxia in your cranberry sauce, you're missing out. It is absolutely phenomenal. So once the cranberry sauce is cooked, I pour Ningxia in there and I mix it in there when it's kind of lukewarm so I don't heat up the Ningxia. And then I can take a picture of that and say to the bots, Tammy has created you guys amazing bots. You can put that picture and say, give me a caption on cranberry sauce with the benefits of adding Ningxia to the cranberry sauce, and then save that for later. Don't feel like you have to post it right now. Save it for later so you'll have content moving forward. And that's what batch content. It doesn't mean all product photos. It doesn't mean all Ningxia photos. It means batch content now for you to post later on or for you to email later on. Now, some other things you can do is go to your old content. Go in your groups, go into your page and think, what was something I got a lot of feedback on? Reuse that content. No one is going on your feed 5 years ago and knowing you've already posted that post. The post that I'm not making cranberry sauce this year because I made so much last year, I froze it and it is phenomenal up to a year and it is really good. So I'm not going to have a fresh batch of cranberry sauce. So I'm going to go back to the last year and I'm going to take that photo and pull it to this year and say, if you guys are not adding your supplements to your cranberry sauce, you're missing out. And, turn it into a whole nother topic. And it's the picture from last year. So lots of ways to move forward. Screenshot things. If you see something that I posted and you're like, oh man, that was really good how Melissa said that. I want to use that idea moving forward. Screenshot it and put it in your ready to post later folder. Go to that screenshot and reuse that content. Go back in your groups and pull back up posts and topics to bring back in the forefront. That's an easy way for you to have fresh content that's actually just repeated content. And it's never hurt anyone to see something twice, even if they remember it from last year. Okay. Get yourself a note section. This is a big one. Get yourself a note section, or listen, let's be real. Look, I talk a lot about technology, but this right here is my bread and butter, my notebook. I write it all down. I carry this thing around with me everywhere I go. Yes, thank you. I don't know what your first name is, Woods, but yes, I saw that notebook. So I take this notebook and every time I see something and I think, oh, I want to share that, or I should share that with them later on. Oh, I should go back and get that cranberry sauce recipe. I write it down. And this is kind of my later gram. This is what I go to where I say, I need something fresh. I need something. Oh, let me go see. Because let's face it, especially as women, are we all women on this call? We'll probably have some men watch recording later, but especially women, our brains just go, 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 go. And you've got to do it when you can do it. So writing all those thoughts down, and I'm not going to get into this as a whole nother conversation, but different cycles, even if you don't have your cycle anymore, your brain is firing for 1 week very, very creatively. Write it all down. And then on the weeks that you're like, I don't even really want to people today, go tap into that list that you made when you were really creative, when you were feeling like I want to connect with people, and use that. And that's how you're going to be able to stay present. Okay, we did all that. All right. Now, I don't know if there's anyone watching this call that is anti-AI. So I want to address that just very briefly here. AI is a tool. It will never replace us. Trust me, it will not replace us. I've seen some things come from AI lately that I think, yep, and this is why we will never be replaced by a robot. It cannot happen. So treat it like a tool. Guys, AI is a tool. It is just like a hammer. If I give one person a hammer and I give the other person a hammer, someone can do their job faster and easier and better with their hammer. And this person over here has just bent the tar out of this metal and has messed everything up and has slung it across the yard. It's just a tool. So we use it to better and make it faster, make what we do faster. I call mine Donna. If you've ever watched Suits, Donna is on Suits, and that's what I call mine. And she greets me as Donna, and I love it. And I tell her she is my best and cheapest employee that I've ever had in my life. $20 a month. She's phenomenal. But Use it when we are in busy seasons. So just like I said, put that photo in there and say, give me a post caption for this, but don't let it replace your voice. Your voice is your voice. I can tell when Mary, when Janie, when Becky and Sherry have just copied and pasted and posted it in Facebook. A typo will never hurt anybody. If you have a typo in your feed, that only tells me that you actually typed that Chat GPT did not write it. So don't get in your feelings and like, oh my gosh, I got to go edit that post. That's terrible. I said I instead of my. It doesn't matter. But use AI to help you prompt hooks, captions, email drafts, give you lists of what are some things I just said to batch content, to go around and take 20, 30 photos around your house. Go to AI and say, I would like to batch content. Can you give me about 20 to 30 ideas of photos for me to take around my house? And it will give you that idea. This is not the time. If I had a hammer and I went to hand it to you and told you, here, I have this amazing tool that will help you build this house faster, it doesn't make sense for us to say, actually, I'd rather pound it in with a rock that's going to break apart every single time I hit the nail. You have a good tool that's going to help you do life better and faster. Just don't let it take over. That's when it becomes a problem. When you feel like it has replaced your voice, that just means that you're not using that tool properly. That's all that it is. Which I say. Okay. So, something I want to show you guys real quick when you are talking about writing content. Yes, Mary said to delegate to your kid or grandkid or anybody. I mean, husbands, partners, it doesn't matter. Tell them to go take this list of photos. That's super fun, especially for our kiddos. They become little photographers and give us all sorts of content. I'm going to show you guys. Let me pull a tab out so you guys don't see my whole messy screen. But I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to find out exactly what people are searching for on Google right now. And this trick, the reason why you're going to use this is when you go to sit down for your timed session of building content, you're going to say, what are people searching for right now in the way of antioxidants, staying healthy, losing weight, whatever it is that your niche is and how you tend to serve your audience, that's what you're going to talk about. Or that's what you're going to search on. And let me, got too many buttons here. Share. Just the screen. Okay. So what this looks like is you go to Google, your regular old Google here, and you type, let's see, look, can you just have 5 chickens? That was my last search. That's true search. Okay, let's do healthy food choices during the holiday. Okay, so this is basically whatever your niche is, if you will. When it comes to Power of 5, when it comes to Reset, what is it? How is it that you serve? So some of mine is teaching people how to have healthy meals with being frugal, not being crazy about your meals and the food but still having good food. Now, here is where the fun part is. You scroll down to this section right here that says people also ask. Okay, this is free. It's just Google. Now, how to eat healthier during the holidays. What is the 3-3-3 rule for eating? What to eat on a holiday to stay healthy? What is the 80% rule in eating? Let's do how to eat healthier during the holidays. Now, watch this magic right here. You're going to drop it down and you're just going to drop it right back up. I'm going to pull it back up. Do you see how it added more questions? Go back to the same one, drop it, pull it back up, drop it, pull it back up, drop it, pull it back up. Now what you are seeing here is a list of what people are actually Googling right now. So what that just did is it gave you ideas to build content. So now you take what are 10 tips for good health. So people are out there looking for these things right now. How to be healthy at Christmas. How to be healthier when lazy. All right, that's a question. What are 7 healthy eating tips? Now you take that and you go to the box that Tammy has created for you, and you drop this in and you say, give me post that addresses this right here using her bot. And it is going to take the knowledge she has put into the bot. It's going to take what people are searching for on Google right now, and it is going to give you content for you to post. And you can do that over and over again. Go right back up. And let's say you're dropping down and you're like, actually, I like this one right here. Just do the same thing. Drop that one down. And when you scroll down, you'll see that these all drop down based on the one that I opened the next time. So that is just a free, how did Kim, we're probably not going to do that one. So that is just a way for you to get when you're kind of feeling stuck, like I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to share. To begin with, your bots will help you do that, of course. But once you get ideas, you can drop those questions in there and you've got immediate content written for you. It's incredible. And you know that people are out there looking for what you're doing, especially if you're a blogger. If you're a blogger, you can use that and use your SEO and make sure that you say words that people are searching for. It just told you what people are searching for. So it basically gives you your content immediately like that. All right. We just did that. We just did that. Oh, we're doing good tonight. All right. Daily habits. Okay, this is another one. Daily habits. So I am talking to you about using the timer to get a lot done in your timer. And I don't know, we're actually going to do the what are we calling the next call? The reset call? Oh, we have such a cute name for it.
Make the ask. Gobble,
Make
gobble.
the ask.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So the whole point of that call is kind of the timer mentality. It's all right, we're in here, we're going to work. And if you've been on one of those type of calls, you know how much you accomplished. You can spend the whole week going, oh my gosh, I have not had time to message people. I haven't had time to make the ask. I haven't had time to message people. But you attend a call like we're going to have in our next call, and you watch how much you get done. So with that being said, that is just creating a habit. So some of the habits that you can do are set a timer for morning and night to check your messages. When you are trying to stay present or you are in the middle of caring for someone, you're a caregiver, you're homeschooling your children, you're working your day job, you're trying to tackle a project that you needed to do, it is very difficult for our brains to shift that fast, to keep shifting from, I'm going to pick my phone up and answer this message. I'm going to scroll on Facebook real quick and make contact with people. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to feed my chickens. I'm going to go in here. That's too much for your brain. So look at your schedule and say, I'm going to check messages in the morning and I'm going to check messages at night. When you are speaking to people, just come right out and say, I can send a message to Miss Janie and say, Miss Janie, I would love to speak to you about this, or I would love to know how you're doing with this, but come right out and say this part. I am not going to be able to read your response right away, but as soon as I can, I would love to get back to you. So that way the person on the receiving end doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to answer Melissa right now, and then she's going to answer me back. They already know that you're busy right now, but you are checking in. You do want to check in on them. So just set that stage and set the temperature for that conversation of, hey, I would love to know how you're doing. I would love to know what your favorite recipe is with Ningxia, but I'm running out the door right now. So I will get back to you as soon as I can, but I can't wait to hear from you. So what that does is that frees that weight off of you to have to be so plugged to your phone and so responsive so quickly. You have a window of time. And that's just one habit to try to get into, so that way you can not feel as chained or as controlled by your schedule when you have something else going on. So a couple of the other things is respond to people in batches. Sit down and say, I'm going to respond to the next 5 people really quickly. Don't try to accomplish everything, but set yourself a goal. I'm going to, when I am cooking dinner, I'm going to respond to 5 people. So you habit stack. That's what that's called, is your habit stacking. I am currently reading through the Bible. So when I sit down in the morning and I put my feet on my P90 Plus, I'm reading 20 minutes of my Bible. So that is how I get that done, because right now I don't have time to set out. And let's be honest, guys, we can have the greatest intentions, but unless we are disciplined enough to do these things and stack these things with things we're already usually doing, they're probably going to get forgotten. And that's unfortunate when we're trying to keep our momentum up and we're trying to keep up what we're doing in our Power Five and the tasks that we're doing. The last thing you want to do is make phenomenal content with 5 people, because that's the path that you're on and the speed that you're on. And then life happens and you go, oh my gosh, I don't think I've messaged her in 2 weeks. I was supposed to message her last week. So if you habit stack and you plan those things out and be super intentional, you're going to be less likely to forget or feel overwhelmed when you're going through that type of thing. Let's see. If your phone has a focus mode, that's something else that is really great. It'll basically like shut down certain things. Let's see, Julie, how do you keep track of your messages? Do you have an app that tracks so we don't forget? For me, I use the unread feature. So even if I open it up, so if I sent Janie that message, I would then mark her as unread. And what that looks like in your Facebook Messenger is you go to, so Mary is here, she's pending. So then I will hold down on her message and it pops up like this. And I go to mark as unread. And what that does is that just turns her message. It looks like this now. It's back to being black, telling me that I have to open that message. So now this tells me that there are 3 messages here that need to be opened. So that's one way that I do it. You can also do that in text messages. So you can do that. You can actually do it in email as well. So if it's like I opened that email and oh my gosh, they're requiring something of me, I cannot fulfill that right now, then I will do that again. Something else you can do that might help based on the conversation you're having is in Facebook Messenger, if that's how you communicate with people, you can pin messages. Do you guys know how to do that? Does everybody know how to pin? Okay, so pin messages, Mary, I just keep using ours. So pin messages, when you open that up, so this is the message that Mary just sent me right there or earlier. You hold your finger on it and it pops up down here, those 3 little dots. You hit more and then you hit pin. And now it has this little pin. You see that little red pin there? And then when you go up to the top to her name, you scroll down and you look for pinned messages. Oh, we got more in here than I thought. So these are now pinned and you can go back and address these. Just like that. And I do that. I do that for a lot of things. Anytime that someone asks me something, I will immediately pin it because I'm not going to remember to scroll back, especially if we're talking constantly. So I do that. Another tool that I use quite a bit is Trello when it comes to following up with my customers. Trello is, for the most part, a free program. It does have a few features that you would want to pay for, but for what we do, guys, you don't need to pay for it. And even if there's 10 boards per workspace, even if you fill that workspace, just start another workspace. They're going to try to upsell you. That's natural, but you don't need to do anything bonus. Keep it as it. And in Trello, you unpin by holding it again, Mary, and then it unpins it. Or it gives you the option to unpin. And you can unpin each other's pins. So if there was something that, like, I just realized that I pinned the size of the foot tub, that reminded me I need to go buy one. So then when you do that, it'll unpin and then it'll tell the opposite person that you have unpinned something. So they'll know how to do that. But then when you click on the pins and then you touch the pin, it'll bring you straight to the conversation that you have. So guys, pin everything. I think it's a 40 pin max, but you can pin, let's say you're talking to someone and I give you a link to something that you want to order later, pin it. Or I give you a recipe to something, pin it. So that's a very easy way for you to kind of go back and do that. But back to Trello. Trello, I use kind of like a customer service database, if you will. So I put a card and it'll say Melissa Patton. And then within that card, it will break down all the different tasks. Maybe did I send her happy mail? I'll put that in there. Did she give me her PIN number for her account? Did she give me her password for her account? When did she order something? I sent her some type of gift at some point. And or I use it for if a customer, like I have a sweet customer right now that has lost her brother and sister in the last week, unexpectedly, both of them in the last week. I will then go to Miss Anne Marie's card and I will put myself a reminder for a month from now. Because in a month from now, that's kind of when people forget that you have just had such a great loss. And I want to make sure that I remember to message her in a month to say, Miss Anne Marie, are you doing okay? How are you doing? And in Trello, when you set an alarm, when you set a reminder with a due date, it will actually give you a notification on your phone. So it'll remind you to follow up with her. And I use that a lot when it comes to following up. Did I add them to the Facebook group? Did I send them a welcome gift? Did I do these things? There's checklists in there. There's a ton of different information that you can use in Trello. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a little bit. So let's see. Follow your schedule. Use your sheets that Tammy has made you for the Power of Five, the Focus on Five sheets. Those are a phenomenal resource. Even if you don't do it in that 1 hour, just keep that paper printed to bring you back to keeping on focus on what you're trying to keep track of. Let's see if I missed anything else over here. What bot am I talking about? Wendy, are you referring to when I was saying Tammy has created bots? Those are bots that are within Power of Five that she has made many different amazing bots for you. All different types. Let's see. Do you have an app that tracks it? How do you keep track of your messages? And Julie, when it comes to how you keep track of your messages, I mean, it also could be as simple as a notebook. Like make yourself an Instagram notebook. Like I messaged this person and this is how I know them. And actually in the Power of Five, we do have tracking sheets. So if you were doing social media or if you were doing fundraiser or small business, there is a printable tracking sheet within each one of the paths. So that way it can say something like, I met Melissa Patton on Instagram. Her handle is melissa.a.patton. And I connected with her because she was sharing about her child who's on the spectrum and how I can help her. So it has all of those notes there for you to kind of go back and readdress at a later time. All right. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? Screenshots, save the graphics, quotes, tips, wins, all of that. Yep, create it before you need it. Content data bank. And what I am reading off of right here, I always share my notes with you. So when the recording goes live in the Power of Five Vault, I will have this Google Doc linked to it. So you're going to have all of what I'm reading to you guys as well. Kind of off topic, but I get it for you. I've been focused on the 14-day reset for the last couple of months. Therefore, my question is, do I sound confusing if I share about Black Friday or other sales? So there's not a confusion because it's still the same thing. When Tammy wrote the Power of Five, if you see that there's a genuine connection and value posts, that's where I think a lot of people get hung up on the value post. The value is bringing people the value of saving money right now. Now, can you turn that into the 14-day reset? Absolutely. Talk about the supplements and the oils that support the 14-day reset. Talk about the products that are on sale right now that they might be, because I believe Sulfurzyme is on sale right now, right? I feel like my brain is so all over the place. So Sulfurzyme being on sale is a great addition to add to the 14-day reset. So you can kind of take the list and again, use AI. Take a list, take the PDF of every single product that we have on sale and put it in chat, put it in that bot and say, help me write content that highlights products that are on sale right now, but link to how you are serving. So if you're serving people through the reset based on sleep, say, take this list, write me some content that I can help people that will be on the 14-day reset or are interested in the 14-day reset by supportive ingredients or products to go with the reset. That's bringing them value. So that's bringing them something that is not value, might be something like, here is this amazing dinner that I made tonight. Because we don't want every single thing coming out of our mouth to be 14-day reset, 14-day reset, Ningxia, 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 because then no one's going to look at us. But when we bring them value on how adding a supplement to my cranberry sauce benefits my whole family, whether they know it or not, and I'm helping everyone stay healthy during the holiday season by adding this one secret ingredient to my cranberry sauce. Like, that's a value post. But at the same time, it's also linked to 14-day reset. It's also linked to Ningxia. So it's a different way of looking at that. You're welcome, Janie. I can't write as fast as I talk. So I always like when people share notes with me. Then I take this and I go, oh, that's what she was saying right there. Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, let me see. I think that's basically all that I had for tonight. I did want to say, and Tammy has made it very abundantly clear that she wanted me to say this to all of you. First and foremost, please, if you do have time to join us for the next call, Miss Mary Star Carter is going to help host that call. And it is a powerful, action-packed call where we really kind of put our, what's that quote? We actually do the work. We actually do the things that we say we're going to do instead of talking about doing it. We actually work and we celebrate each other. And she's got a really fun thing going on tonight that this is kind of my wind down time, but I will be at that call tonight just because I want to see what everybody does. And I'm not going to spoil it for her. She's going to tell you later. But that's next. But lastly, I want to say everything that I shared with you guys tonight, I do have a brand partner coaching program. Now, it is not needed. There is plenty of things that you guys just got that you can put into your business. Please don't feel like you have to do this. However, I do have a brand partner coaching program called Empower Coaching, and I will put the link over here in the chat for you. Currently, it is $25 a month is how much it is. And what I teach you is basically everything that I just taught you right now, plus so much more. We do a lot more with Canva and Google and organizing and just basically anything to make life easier and make this job flow so much better. I really help to cater to the people that are in the coaching group. So I want to know what helps you. What are your struggles? Where do you get hung up? I am very patient. I don't mind repeating myself over and over again. I don't mind sitting down, walking you through something. I make sure that what you learn and empower, you actually get to execute. So if you get hung up and you say, Melissa, I can't find predictive text in my phone, then we walk through how to find it. You also get daily posts. So you have a post for every single day of the month, caption that goes with that. You also have templates and you get the Canva template of everything that I'm saying. My heart is not for you to share my branded content. My heart is for me to make what I'm going to make for my team anyways. And then I bless you and you take it and you remove my logo and you put your team information on there. You make it your colors. You can make it your own. You have ebook templates. So one of my ebooks is like 62 pages long. It's an aroma guide. One of those chapters is very specific to you. So you would not want to share my aroma guide that's got Melissa's favorites in there. You're going to go to that chapter and you're going to put Miss Janie's favorite or Miss Jacqueline's favorite, and you're going to change it to what you like on that page. So there are, oh yes, many different chats. I have a bot that helps you with keeping things compliant. I work very, very closely with conduct and compliance, and they have helped me help other people get content out there in a very creative way. I have a Ningxia bot that will really dig into Ningxia and help you with all of the different type of ways to promote Ningxia without saying the wrong things. I have a bot that helps you with supplements, for Young Living Pets, there's all sorts of bots that are in there. One that takes your testimony and flips it to a compliant testimony. That's a good one.
I've used it multiple times. That alone, Melissa, is worth the $50 a month because it's going to be 50 next month. It's worth easily $99 to $200, friends. It's so good. There's so much that she gives in there. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I can't say enough. And it's not just for, those of us who are upper leadership. It's not. It's for anyone, and everyone could, use this. I think it's one of the best investments I've made for business outside of the current Power of Five I have for my team. But for me personally, I'm really, really happy with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I started Empower because and it's Empower, it's E with a capital MP for my name. But I started that because I learned that there were so many of us that are we come from different walks of life. And there are some of us that are like me, that if I run up to something, I hit a wall and I'm like, all right, I'm going to push every single button until I figure out how to get over a wall. And then there's other personalities that when they hit that wall, they say, you know what, I don't know how to do this and I can't do this. And I saw the opportunity to say, yes, you can. You just need somebody that knows how to do it, to hold your hand, to walk beside you and help you understand how to do it. So when Tammy's saying things like send emails in Power of Five, make contacts, how do you find your nonprofits? How do you find those things? She's got incredible tools for you to use. But sometimes something as simple as using AI. This is an excellent example. When you open up AI and you have, oh, thank you, Mary. When you have all these different chats, you don't start a new chat every single time you go to your AI to the bots in Power 5. You keep going back to the bot that you were in, to that chat that you were in, because that's how it gets to know you. That's how a lot of people are really frustrated and they say, oh, well, I keep getting the same content over and over again from the bots. It's because you start a new conversation every single time. It's just little tips and tricks like that can just change your entire game plan when you're working on things. Naming your chat bots. So all those conversations over on the side, if you haven't opened that box up, open those boxes up. You can rename all of those chats. So you can get it down to, let's just say that I offer that Young Living Pets bot. When I do that, my dog's name is Dominic. I will now rename that chat Dominic. So now when I have something, he goes outside and gets, I don't know, bit by something. He comes in, I go to the Dominic file. It already knows his weight, his name, his age, everything about him. So if you are working with someone, let's just say, let's pick a name, Maribeth. Maribeth I am working with her to help her with glucose. I can name that chat Maribeth, and then every time I go back to talk to her, I can go to that same chat. And it keeps that whole running conversation with her. It's things like that I teach you and Empower, just to make your job so much easier, to just kind of keep up with everything, keep up with the changes. But also, I'm very passionate about, we don't need to be attached to a computer, a phone. That's the whole point of this job, guys. We tell everyone that we're doing this for time freedom, for financial freedom, for freedom with our families. Sometimes we just need somebody to help us use the tools and resources that we have in order for us to get there. So the link to Empower is over here. Again, this will be downloaded, uploaded, and then put into the Power of Five Vault. And in 1 minute, we're about to jump over to the other call. So if you guys have any other questions, simply, it's $25 a month now. It will be changing to $50 a month starting January 1st, is what it is. All right. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.